Hello my friends and welcome. This is the latest update from Ukraine and we have some urgent news, awesome news as well from the Kherson region where Ukraine started the assault operation landing across the Dnieper River. With this dark blue color we may see the advancement of Ukrainian army, and I would say that this bridgehead is already bigger compared to the previous one near to Antonovsky Bridge. Our guys landed there a long time ago, already several months, and unable to advance further. However, near to the Pridneprovsky you may see the huge advancement for the single day of Ukrainian army. The goal of this operation, as I see it, is to go to Pishanivka and cut the supply road for the Russian army. There are also some of the natural obstacles, the rivers, swamps, lakes, but here you can see there is the road which leads to Poima small village. A perfect place to cut the supplies for the Russian army. They also continue to use the railroad in this area. Yes, it's very close to the front line. Nevertheless, they continue to send the trains. Ukraine already performed several landing operations near to Kazachely, where the Russian army was caught unaware and Ukraine imprisoned many Russian soldiers, including some of the commanders. Here the situation is similar, but it could be the bigger advancement of Ukrainian army over here because we took lots of the territories for the single day. But I do not predict that it will be the full-scale massive advancement operation of Ukrainian army. Probably our guys will try to advance towards Oleshki. It would be a great success of Ukrainian army to liberate this small town. And after Ukraine might create some sort of the space here and put the bridges to send the army across the Dnieper River and then to advance to the south. And only after that perform the advancement operation towards south to Crimea. I believe that today's successful landing operation was possible because of the ATACMS missiles. Basically, Ukraine got rid of many of the Russian helicopters. We have received the satellite images from Berdansk airfield, which was attacked by the ATACMS missiles just yesterday. I will show you them in this video just a little later. Plus, we also have the confirmation by the other resources that Ukraine definitely advances towards south and able to land across the Dnieper River. It's awesome news, my friends. This resource shows that Ukraine didn't take that much territory, but I believe that our guys went towards this natural obstacle, this river, and even further if they were able to take this road to reach Pishanivka village, and our air surveillance was also spotted over here. Potentially the Kherson direction might be very profitable for Ukrainian army because there are not many defense lines as in Zaporizhia Oblast. Before we go to more awesome news including the kaboom in Sevastopol, let me tell you about the sponsor and also the partner of my channel, the Atlas VPN. They have the awesome deal that they made especially for my followers, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium just for $170 per month, plus you'll have 6 months for free. What they did, that they analyzed the market and other deals from the different brands, and they came out with the best product price ratio, especially for my audience. I always use the VPN and let me tell you why. Well, actually my friends, I got personal experience that my pilot blog channel dedicated to aviation was hacked. Then I was using public Wi-Fi. All of my videos were deleted, and after that hackers told me to send Bitcoin for them and they will open access to my own account. I didn't transfer anything and just started the new channel with the same name. And obviously after that case I use the VPN all of the time, and for me personally Atlas VPN is the best VPN out there. It has a security breach device monitoring feature, so it alerts me that someone tries to reach my device. Then I use the public Wi-Fi. Then I see that message, I disconnect from that public Wi-Fi. Atlas VPN is very fast. It guarantees you the best streaming connection, then you watch movies on Netflix. And also by changing your virtual location you may get access to watch all of the movies, all of the series on Netflix platform. It helped me a lot. And now my friends, please check out my personal link in the video description just below, or scan the QR code available on the screen, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium just for $170 per month, and you'll have also 6 months for free. This is the best offer available on the market and valid just for my audience. My friends, hurry up to join the club. Okay, I promised you more awesome news. There were several of the kabooms today recorded in Sevastopol, not in a place where civilians live, but nearby in a military base. Unlike Russia, Ukraine targets just the military infrastructure. The kabooms were reported not far away from the city, but in the military logistics center. But Russia reports that nothing was targeted, and air defense did the great job hitting all of the Ukrainian S-200 missiles, which were converted as the ground-to-ground missiles. And I would agree that those missiles could be potentially used for this attack, because ATACMS missiles are unable to reach Sevastopol. Well, at least according to the open information, we have 165 kilometers range ATACMS. But who knows what we really have. The explosion there was really significant, because there were some of the Russian munitions. One more video was published of the ATACMS missiles. 6 missiles were launched at once. So there were 6 of the HIMARS systems very close together. Maybe those are just the usual GMLRS missiles, the HIMARS, because there are exactly 6 of those missiles which are being launched from the single point. Okay, I promised you the satellite images of the kaboomed Berdyansk airfield with lots of the helicopters, so here we go. Russia lost many of them. According to the information published originally by the Military Watch, they counted that Russia lost 9 of the helicopters because of the yesterday's attack, 4 of the Mi-8 helicopters and 5 very rare nowadays K-52 attack helicopters. Mi-8s were mostly parked on the south part and K-52s on the north part. The quality of the image is more or less okay, but still the resolution of the satellite image doesn't give the exact chance to analyze the particular aircraft type, and here is the plan which is left from the burning of the aircraft. So for sure those are helicopters, K-52 helicopters, because according to the previous satellite images they were located just the same places. There was no any defense, nothing. Very interesting, because they actually have caponiers over here, which might potentially protect the helicopters against the attacks. But each time Russia needs to tow the helicopters into those defense areas. Russia definitely wasn't prepared for this attack. They don't have any sort of the covers for their aviation. Mostly it is based just open air, also in Russian airfields on the Russian territory. I believe that all of the K-52 helicopters were kaput in this airfield, and many Mi-8 helicopters were kaputed or damaged. 4 completely lost according to the previous image, 3 here and 1 here. There was the fire like on the north part, and those helicopters look intact. However, it doesn't mean that they are airworthy, because they might have received some of the damages from the shrapnel and now unable to fly. Well, if that is true, it means that Russia lost all of the helicopters on that particular airfield. And it was just the first probe of the ATACMS missiles. Crazy effective weapon. You see, Russia put helicopters a little aside from each other just in case of the drone attack or something else. But ATACMS missile doesn't work like that. The cluster warhead just opens mid-air at a certain altitude above the ground, releasing many of the explosive clusters which hit the ground at the vast territory. So let's look how it happens. You can see many of the small grenades or bombs, you may call them, which are destroying everything around. Here's, for example, the air defense system. You may see that it is still in one piece. There is no big kaboom, but the shrapnel does its job. So I'm sure that the helicopters which you saw on the satellite image are completely no-go, even though 4 of them are still in one piece. The ATACMS cluster munition is way more powerful compared to the standard artillery cluster munition. The trick is that it doesn't cause the significant damage to the airfield itself. Taxiways and runways are okay over there. We need something to penetrate the ground and explode. That is how you may destroy the runway. But it may eliminate all of the equipment on the airfield. So further, the airfields might be used by Ukrainian army. This is the most effective tool which Ukraine currently has against the Russian aviation. Pentagon said that in the future it will not announce of what is inside the military aid which goes to Ukraine, because there are many of the speculations about the ATACMS missiles. It means that potentially tomorrow we'll have 300-kilometer range missile and no one would know about it for some certain period until Ukraine uses those missiles targeting the Russian bases very far away from the front lines. The good news for Ukraine continues. Today, one more Sukhoi 25 attack Russian airplane was targeted by Ukrainian air defense. It seems like we have some sort of the air defense systems which are capable to cope with those airplanes. For this week, it's already the third Sukhoi 25 Russian airplane which they lose. Not a long time ago, I heard that Britain supplied some of the air defense systems to Ukraine. Alright, we have one more confirmation of the successful Ukrainian operation in Kherson Oblast. The Russian Grad rocket artillery system was kaboomed on the other shore. It means that our guys are moving forward. According to the satellite images analysis of the maps, we may be sure about it. This is the location of the kaboomed Russian Grad. Awesome. However, it is quite far away from the landing point of the Ukrainian army, but this Grad might have been used to attack our guys from that side. That's why Ukraine does everything to eliminate the threat for our guys to advance further. Alright, now about the failed Russian attack operation near to Avdiivka. They lost more than 60 vehicles just on the northern flank when they tried to encircle Avdiivka town. Those are the points of the location of their vehicles during the first 2 days of their assault, but they assaulted even further, so now there are many more vehicles. It's just crazy what they did to their own army, attacking the prepared Ukrainian army. It is just crazy. Humiliation of the Russian military, of their command, which is quite incompetent. Putin really wanted to be victorious in this operation, but he failed it, and now it's the big disaster for the Russian morale and also in general for their army. The stupid tactics of the mid-waves continue. The Russian painters continue to draw their airplanes on the aprons. Here's, for example, Antonov 26, the small-size military transport airplane. By the way, I used to fly the Antonov 26, quite a reliable machine, but very old. Well, what can I say about this painting? It's just the joke for the modern satellite systems. They have already easily recognized the fake painted Tupolev 95 airplanes in angles. Again, it is just the incompetence of the Russian military command. For them, it's better to paint many of the airplanes rather than to provide the real shelter for the existing real planes. Vladimir Putin continued his visit to China, and today he said that President Zelensky is probably tending to negotiate with Russia about the peace in Ukraine. Putin encourages that, but he says it's not enough. I believe that he will continue to push his own interest in Ukraine. He'll continue with this war. He just needs the break to fix his army a little, to put more men, more weaponry, and then he'll go again taking more Ukrainian territories. I believe that there should be no any peace agreements with the Russian Federation. However, if Ukraine doesn't get enough weaponry from the allies, we'll have just nothing to fight with against the Russian aggression. In that case, there could be some talks, but the Ukrainian society in general doesn't want to negotiate. The current president of Ukraine openly says that he also doesn't want to negotiate with Putin personally. Also, Putin said that it was the big mistake from the United States of America to supply the ATACMS missiles to Ukrainian army. And Russia obviously has the tools to shut down the ATACMS, but we haven't seen it in Berdansk. It is confirmed that President Biden will ask Congress for a $100 billion deal for Ukraine, Israel, and also Taiwan military support. So $100 billion is not just for Ukraine, as many thought before, it's for the global security. I think that it is around 1/9 of the total military budget of the United States of America. That is what the United States have to pay for the world stability, and also for the stability of their economy, because 84% of all of the goods resources around the world are purchased with the United States dollar. So this is the United States economy, this is the United States security, this is the United States themselves. If the world and other countries stop buying everything for the United States dollars, believe me, my friends, it would be not good time for the United States. And according to the latest report, China got the second place, overcoming the European Union with its currency. But those numbers are uncomparable, almost 6% and more than 84% of all of the stuff around the world which is purchased by the national currencies, including the United States dollar. This is why the United States of America needs to propel its interests globally, including Ukraine, including Israel and Middle East in general, also including Russia and basically everywhere. China obviously wants to overcome the United States, be the first one with their ideology, but with those figures, I don't think that they're truly competitors for the United States economy. Plus, they have a very deep real estate crisis, and in a nearby future, Chinese economy will obviously shrink. Guys, about Israel, I have lots to say, but at the same time, I have nothing to say because the biggest news are everywhere on the mainstream media. For example, Biden visits Israel today. It is the second try for me to record this part of the video, and I think I will leave no comments on today's situation in Israel. We're gonna see how it develops in the nearby future. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation in Ukraine and not only. Now, don't forget to press the like to this video, and also don't forget to check my personal link in the video description just below, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium with astonishing discount, especially made for my followers. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are and have a great time.